Let me get Tom Gaynor and Steve Markle to the stage, and let's hear their ideas about investing in business and managing business from different perspectives. Thank you.
Keeping with the theme of the conference, we were so risk-averse we brought our own water and trust that stuff.
I'll take one.
Thank you for your kind invitation and allowing us the chance to speak with you today. In particular, we're grateful for the chance to address the Value Investing Congress here at the Darden School, since value investing is a topic near and dear to our hearts. I might also add that UVA is a topic near and dear to my heart as well, since my wife and I are both UVA graduates, and I have two daughters here that are current UVA students. They had to come or I wasn't going to pay the bill for next semester. So Steve says he would have gone to UVA as well, except they had a foreign language requirement. Consequently, he took the easy way out and went to Wharton instead. We'd like to organize our talk around the notion of adding the single letter S to the word value and discuss the notion of values in a qualitative sense and how that manifests itself with the value you might end up with as an investor. While a small letter like S may not seem like much, I think it might be like what Mark Twain meant when he talked about precise language being the difference between lightning and a lightning bug. We'd also like to spend some time talking about time horizons, having a long-term orientation, and why this is important to us. It may not be for everyone, and we acknowledge that, but it is the way that we invest and manage our business. I'm going to talk specifically about some aspects of our investment discipline, our decision-making process, and time horizons we use in making investments. Steve will talk about the way in which those same ideas apply to the actual running of the business. Through this process, we hope you'll see a strong connection between managing companies and investing in them. I'm worried that to some degree we'll seem like tweed-coated professors. Steve didn't get the message there. Talking about the anthropology of ancient cultures to an audience interested in the latest developments in nanotechnology. But before we finish our comments and answer your questions, we hope to remind you, or perhaps reestablish, the notion that the two worlds do indeed overlap and that values can indeed drive value. My final introductory comment is to say that what we're about to say today is the same thing you would have heard from us 5 years ago, 10 years ago, or longer. Our message and approach may be coming back into some favor today due to the crisis in the financial markets, but I think you'll find that our message has been consistent for decades and is nothing newly crafted for today's environment. I see my friend Tom Russo is a speaker today as well, and Tom and I have known one another since the 1980s, so I hope he would vouch for that statement if pressed. We'll limit our comments as much as possible today in order to maximize the amount of time we have for your questions. Our hope is to talk about what you want to talk about and be as helpful as possible.
I would also like to thank you for your kind invitation today. It is a pleasure to be here with you. Before we talk about the interplay between investing and managing and the connection between value and values, I would like to give you a little bit of background about Markel. And I hope that some of you maybe do have some familiarity already. Markel is a specialty property and casualty insurance company headquartered in Richmond, Virginia. We started in 1930 by writing insurance for makeshift taxicabs in Norfolk, Virginia, which were then known as jitneys. Over the following decades, the company grew in concert with the growing transportation industry as the country developed automobiles, trucks, and interstate highways. I'll fast forward to 1986 when Markel first went public. At the time, Markel sold just under 900,000 shares at about $8 a share, and the company had a total market cap after that IPO of about $35 million. While 2008 has admittedly been a rather difficult year, We've grown our market capitalization to over $3 billion, and our share price is in excess of $300. We've built the value of our business by concentrating on underwriting specialty insurance at a profit and investing the money that the insurance business generates with a focus on our long-term total returns. Effectively, we have two streams of income, underwriting and investing. And we've always maintained a long-term orientation on virtually every facet of our business. We think that the culture of an organization matters. Those long-term, qualitative factors that guide us in how we operate day to day. And we believe that our financial success stems from our discipline and constant nurturing of proper behaviors. We have an explicit creed at Markel that we call the Markel style. And we believe that as managers, building and growing our value system among our existing and new associates is critical to our long-term success. One shorthand way of describing our insurance operations, and the word and the concept of specialty insurance, is if you can think of some insurance product that you need, and you could get a policy for it quickly and easily, well, Markel doesn't do that. On the other hand, if you were to answer no 2 or 3 times to an insurance questionnaire, now that's getting closer to what we like to do. What we do are things that are rather complicated and unusual, like insuring children's summer camps, bass boats with overpowered engines, weddings and event cancellations, vacant properties, new medical devices, new technology, or the red slippers that Judy Garland wore in The Wizard of Oz, and so on and so on. We've grown both organically and through acquisition, and today roughly 1/3 of our business is international. Writing insurance for these specialty products does involve a deep and long-term understanding of the risk involved in the individual products. We need experts who know the individual industries and who understand the economics and decision-making of those customers. In short, for us, underwriting our specialty insurance risk is really the same process as the fundamental analysis necessary to make sound investment decisions.
The daily volatility we see in today's markets suggests to me that fundamentals don't carry quite the sway that they might have in different times. It seems to me that the overwhelming majority of trades in the financial markets take place